Hi, I'm Tammy.
I'm Rebecca.
I'm Veronique.
And we are A Chick That Knits. Welcome to our podcast. Well, hey guys, so we have a newbie here. She's not new to us, but she's new to you guys. So this is Veronique. Her name is French for Veronica because she was born in France. Just an interesting tidbit about Veronique. And Veronique is a master crocheter and knits, and she teaches at our place. She teaches knitting and she teaches crochet here. And she's going to lead us in the Ziggy Crochet-A-Long that launches on Saturday. This is the Ziggy Interrupted.
Oops, sorry, Veronique.
Do you remember who did the Ziggy? It's right there.
Sandra Paul.
Sandra Paul designed Ziggy Interrupted, and we are getting ready to do a crochet-along that kicks off on Saturday.
That's the wrong side.
Yeah, so look how cute it is. Look at the little granny squares. So this is the one we had for the shop, and Veronique has started one for her class. Well, it's not really a class, but we'll explain later. So here's Veronique's. She's getting hers started.
How cute. Look at those pretty colors.
Yeah, and so we're starting our crochet along. Welcome everybody. So today we just wanted to kind of tell you about it, tell you about the details. What you need, the Ziggy calls for 5 colors. Now, we did 6 colors. Of course, Tammy's going to change everything. So I chose 6 colors, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tassels. Now, you only have to do 5 colors. I bet the outside tassels would be the same. So the pattern calls for 5 colors. We just happened to use 6. How many did you use, Veronique?
Actually, I did use 5, but I added a twist. My joining and edge, border edge, will be done in white.
Here, we'll
to make
hold it.
the colors pop more.
So you have 6 colors.
I do have a total of 6.
Okay.
But the white is only for joining and then the border. But I'm not using it in the scarf otherwise.
You'll be able to make the scarf with 5. So we have some color kits online. They have 5 skeins in them, so you need 5. But if you want to add in a fun twist or do something else, you can absolutely use 6, 10, 20.
But I would think you wouldn't need a whole one if you're just wanting to put a trace around it. Maybe a half a skein would work instead of a full-size skein.
Should work. Should be enough to do just that.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about color selection for a little bit. So first of all, well, this scarf it's all tonals except for one. So this is called a semi-solid, where it's got highs and lows. It's beautiful. It's what's so pretty about hand-dyed yarn. But anyway, this is a tonal, this is a tonal, this is variegated. It has some speckles in it. And let me get out of the way.
Here, we got to pull it taut a little bit so you can kind of
So
see the speckles.
You've got the yellow, the green, the speckles. Our friend Bobby made one of these one time, and he used more variegated colors.
We'll put a picture above my head here so you can see what it looks like.
It's stunning. He brought it in the shop, and I had to go make a movie. It was so pretty. So I think it's really pretty with more variegated colors, but I just wanted to show you what you can do. What I'm going to do for my color selection, so I've got a few picked out, but I've got 3 semi-solids here, a speckle, and a variegated. So that way I've got speckled, variegated, and some semi-solids. Isn't that a pretty fall palette?
So we have Dijon mustard, Destination is right here, River Rock, Sands of Time, and Rumors.
Yeah. So that would be a pretty fall palette. So there's the 5. But again, you could get a black maybe and make that edging.
Black would make it really
Or,
pop.
it would be really pretty if this were a fall color, is a brilliant purple. Wouldn't that be pretty for the edging on this color? Anyway, I wanted to show off, so some of my friends here that watch our podcast are my mom's fans. And my mom is a quilter. Her name is Joy Bernhardt, and she's a big YouTuber on here, way bigger than me. She got me into doing this. Anyway, my mom is doing the crochet along with us, and I'm super excited. So I wanted to show you, she hasn't seen these yet. I said, Mom, send me a picture she's a quilter. Send me a picture of your favorite fabric and let me put a color collection together. So she did. She sent me a picture of her favorite fabric. And this is, I'm going to call this Joyful Expressions because that was what her blog used to be before she went on YouTube. So she's a winter. So she loves these colors. Her and our friend Bev are both the same winters. So we've got the navy blue, the hot pink. This is variegated, this is variegated, and this is a sign pulling. But it's going to come with little pops of yellow and green amongst a background of white. So it's going to be beautiful in this. I often tell people, you don't have to use a sign pulling yarn just for a sign pulling project. You can use them for lots of different things, socks, anything. But they do make the special sign pulling projects. So that's my mom's color palette. I'm working on my color palette, but so far I have these 4 colors together. Sea Nymph, Pumpkin Spice, Nightingale, Lichen, and I think I'm going to do a pink.
Ooh, pretty.
Ooh, look how pretty. That's my 5 palette. Maybe I'll do white. I'm going to have to figure, I want to do mine like yours, Veronique, where it has...
You want to do the borders in white?
Yeah, see how that really stands out with her little granny squares? So I want to put a color to make my granny squares pop. So I'll need to figure out a 5th something or other with that. But count my word, I will. Anyway, oh, look at the one Rebecca. We have her for...
I like that one.
Yeah, so Silver Fox, Nighthawk, Charcoal, River Rock, and Crimson. So, oh, and if you haven't seen Nighthawk, guys, it's amazing. Yeah, so you don't have to all be bright and springy and cheery. You can be dark and dreamy.
But the one thing I will say, though, if you do a variegated and then solid, take the colors from the variegated
That's how you
and
match.
make those the solids. That's what I did with this. All the colors in the variegated are in the solids.
Yeah, that's how you come up with a color palette. So anyway, that's just an example of colors. You need 5 colors plus 6 if you want to do a tracing around your granny squares, which I think is really pretty. So yeah, to each their own, but I think that's really pretty.
Yeah. So we're doing some tutorials online. Veronique and I have sat down. Veronique is crocheting. I'm behind the camera operating it. So we're going to first go over how to make the granny squares. You have full-size granny squares. Granny squares.
Don't edit.
Granny squares and then half granny squares. So we go over how to make the full-size ones, the first round and the second round, the first round and the first row and second row of the squares. And then in a couple weeks we'll have a tutorial on how to join all of them and then start the chevrons, and then a few weeks after that we'll do finishing the border and adding the tassels.
Yeah.
So we'll have YouTube videos up here on YouTube, some tutorials on how to work on the project. Veronique has made a few changes, which we mentioned there in the video as well, from the pattern, but it's all your personal preference. A pattern is a suggestion. So use your creative freedom, make it how you want to make it.
She doesn't know. Are you doing this?
I can't crochet.
Okay. Well, remember, she's recovering from this. She
I
got
graduated!
her brace off. She went to the doctor this week and got her brace taken off.
So I'm feverishly knitting now. I've been cleared to knit, so I picked up a sock and I'm knitting. I started this before surgery, but I'm knitting since we're sitting.
Well, I'm doing this crochet along, and I'm a chick that knits. I'm not a chick that crochets. And so, like we have said, Veronique has graciously taught us how to do these step-by-step instructions. And so we'll put the link in the description of the YouTube video on how to do this. So what we need to do is we need to, 1, grab our colors, and then watch the video. And that's going to teach us how to make those granny squares. And so on Saturday, we start the crochet along. The videos will be live. This video will be live. And you still have time to get your yarn. Great stash buster. Shop us. Shop your favorite dyer. It's just for us to gather together and make something fun. And I want to learn a little bit more crochet.
You're saying stash buster? This would be the perfect thing for a stash buster.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, we've
Without
got 5
having
colors.
to worry about the colors you use.
Use
100
more
different
colors. Yeah.
We all have little balls of yarn everywhere.
Absolutely.
This would be a perfect project for that.
Yeah.
And this isn't going to be a formal crochet along. You can go at your own pace. You can comment and ask us questions. I'll have to call Veronique. Hey, Veronique, I have this question. Can you help us? But go at your own pace. There's no deadline. If you finish with us, great. If not, we're going to go into the middle of August, I think, is what we've decided. But
So think about how many squares you have to make. What is this? Oh, so do you see the side square? So we have a full-size square. We have a full-size square and we have a half square. She's going to teach us how to do the full size and the half square. And so that's our homework assignment. We've got to go home and make all these little granny squares.
It's not a homework assignment. You don't have to finish it by a due date, I promise.
Actually,
if you want to do the crochet along.
According to our schedule, though, there is 2 weeks to at least get the first section of squares.
Yeah, so you have 2 weeks to do this.
Then you get into the chevron. And from there, it's all just repeating.
But let me just show you from this pattern. You've got your pretty little granny squares down here. Then you've got your pretty granny squares here.
5.
And then you've got your pretty granny squares here. And then you've got more pretty granny squares here.
Here. And here.
Yeah, so it's not just these bottom granny squares. There's quite a few granny squares.
There's 5 sets of granny squares.
So we're allowing 2 weeks so we can do all our granny squares together, and then we will come back together. We're going to try to do it live. So we're new to this, guys, and we're learning as we go. Yeah, so we're learning. And if you have any constructive criticism on things that might make this better or easier for you, please let us know in the comments.
But be nice, please.
So yeah, it's going to be fun. Get your 5 colors. Ziggy Interrupted by
Sandra Paul.
Sandra Paul
I'll
is
have
the
the
pattern.
Ravelry link down in the description below.
Yeah, so go get your pattern, gather your yarn, and watch our video on how to make Veronique's video on how to make the granny squares, and we will be back in 2 weeks. And like I said, there's, like Rebecca has pointed out, crochet at your own pace. If you don't get this done till Christmas, that's fine. It's just something that we're all learning together. We've got tips. Just if you're rusty at it like me, I'm really thoroughly going to enjoy this. And with the instructions, I'm super excited. I'm super excited my mom's doing this. And
Veronique, tell us what all stitches are in here. I know there's a chain, a single.
Nope, not even a single.
Okay.
Chain stitch and double crochet. That is, depends on how you want to put it together. There are going to be so many ways to put it together.
Now, when she said chain stitch earlier, I'm thinking, do I know what the chain stitch is? It's the cast on.
Yeah.
No, it's not called a cast on, though.
It's not called a cast on. It's a daisy
crochet.
chain.
It's a chain.
It's just a chain.
Chain.
We make
Okay.
a slip knot and then you.
It's how you begin
make your
crochet.
loops. You
I
make your
know
loops.
how to do a chain. That's all I can do.
Yeah. So I haven't done it
So
in
all
years.
you need to know, chain, slip stitch, double crochet. That's it.
And that being said, she has a step-by-step tutorial to show you how to do this.
To do the squares, yes. And if you're local and you come in, I can probably show you other easier ways.
So for our local community, as you see, we have a showroom here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can fit maybe 7 people comfortably squished in here. If more than that show up, we'll be in different pockets in the store. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. I've already had a few people say we're going to be there Saturday. So locals, you're welcome to join us from 1 to 3 on Saturday to start this. And let's just have a good time making something together. We'll do show and tell. We will re-meet in 2 weeks. Do we know the date?
I can't remember the date off my top of my head, but it'll be right
My
here.
calendar's right there.
Yeah. Yeah. So welcome to the Ziggy Interrupted Crochet-A-Long, hosted by A Chick That Knits. And please be patient with us. It's our first time ever doing this. And we do want to hear from you, though, if you've got some good tips and tricks for
Are
us.
we going to try and do a live one time?
I think we should.
I guess I shouldn't have tried.
No, we'll do it. We'll do a live at some point. We'll give you plenty
Not
of
on the
heads
first
up.
one.
No, we'll give you plenty of heads up on when we're going to do a live because we want to interact with you. So if you're not familiar, a live YouTube video is where we hop on here. It's play by play, minute by minute. We're here on here talking to you. You can comment, ask us questions. We'll be able to answer them right away. And it's just a fun way to interact with us.
Will people be able to react on here, even as it goes along?
They can
They
comment.
have a question?
Yep, they can comment and we can comment back and respond. And
So keep that in mind.
yeah.
If before then you have a question, come on here and do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Send us an email. We'll try to get back with you relatively quickly. But yeah, we're going to have fun. I'm going to have fun from the sidelines.
I don't have my water. I can't talk. Sorry.
Oh,
Next
cut it
crochet
out.
along we do, Rebecca will be joining also.
Yes.
She will know by then.
It's one of my goals this year to learn to crochet. It's just, I've had a little hitch in my get along. But I think that's about it. We'll see you next time, and we'll have the joining the squares and doing the chevron next time. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.